Well, hello everybody, and welcome back. And so I've had a few questions about exactly what Icarusing is. And so I'm just going to answer you. So first I'm just going to start off by clearing my inventory. And so basically what an Icarus is, it's a type of cannon that will launch you onto your own side. It's generally pretty small, and I'm going to show you a few different types of Icaruses that I know about. So we'll start off with the most basic that doesn't actually use any redstone at all. It just uses 2 blocks of whatever you choose. It's best if you pillar up before doing it, because that way you'll go farther because there's less around you. For the I'm pretty sure block destruction actually negates how far you will go. So you just place, right here, you place 2 blocks up like this, and then you put TNT all around it in a 2-2-2 pattern, and then you put pressure plates in the middle. And if you, let's say you have a sword or something, and so what you'll do is you'll come up from behind it and jump onto it both at the same time, and you'll stand right here and jump. And you're gonna need to have full diamond armor for that, but that will basically send you flying over to the other team's side. So yeah, that's probably the most generic one that I know of. Alright, so next we have our probably state-of-the-art type Icarus cannon. It's the one that's probably most commonly used out of all of them, out of all the cannons that I've seen. This is probably the most common. I believe it needs to be 6 blocks long. So that's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 7 blocks. And then you put your half slabs at the end here. And then what you'll do is you'll line the entire outside with redstone except for 1 block, which you can really pick whichever one. I'm going to personally do it up here just because that way I'll be closer to where I need to be to get onto the platform. So then what you'll do next is you will place your water, and you do not fill in the water spot with TNT. You'll fill in everything but that. And as you can see, water negates all damage of TNT. So that's basically why you have water, so that your cannon doesn't just blow up after. And so what you'll do is you'll fully load all this in with TNT, and you'll stand here, and if you have a sword, you block with it, and then you jump. And this cannon launches you much, much farther. Although it does take more time and it costs more resources, it does launch you quite a lot farther. Now, there are also many different adaptations to these. There's a few cannons that work sort of in similar fashion, but are just quite a little bit different. They just have a few key differences. My personal favorite, if you have enough time and resources and you want to get multiple people over, you can just make that Icarus. It'll get you just the same, but if it's a map with a larger void gap, what you're gonna want to do is have your general Icarus set up. Put your half slabs on the end, and then what you can do is you can build up another layer. And there's this neat trick with half slabs that you can do. So we're gonna use a button for this example because I personally find it easier if you do it with a button. So if you are to, let's just use a button for this example. Put a button right here. That actually won't activate all of them because you need to have redstone on the top of the block. But there's this nifty little trick with half slabs. If you place a redstone here, and then you place a half slab here, and so that it creates another block, so that there would be another half slab to create a whole block, and you place it here, then what you can do is you can build back here again over, and it won't break the redstone signal because, as you can see, it reaches the top up here. So that's very helpful if you're making a large amount. So for this Icarus cannon, actually, we need to apply, I'm going to actually get rid of one of the layers because of the fact that the redstone, it won't reach all the way around. So let's see what happens if we click this. That doesn't quite make it all the way around. So what we can do is this work. We can add a repeater, but that probably wouldn't work, so I'm actually going to move it up one more. This will launch you less far for the most part, but if you're doing this actual cannon design itself, it won't matter, because then you layer this top up here, and you'll put your water down as usual, and then you'll fill it in all with TNT. And then, as you can see, that's all filled up. And so this is, I call it a double layer Icarus, and it does work. So let's see here. I'll just set this off once to see if it... Okay, all the bottoms activate. This won't blow up my cannon, by the way, because it's all in water. So yeah, also that's another thing. Any TNT that's in water will not ignite other TNT that is not in water. So that's good to know. Okay, so we'll just hook up a repeater right here. Will this actually work? Let me think here. If I move this back one... Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so now we have this all set up. So this way they will all activate at the same time. That's very crucial to getting the max cannon fire, is to have all of the TNT activate at the same time. So if I do this, then all the TNT will activate, and I will go probably quite a lot farther, actually. As you can see, I make it about 250 blocks up into the air, which is quite the significant amount compared to our prior. And so I'm going to show you a modification that I've made that you can extend infinitely, not infinitely, up to about 75 blocks, because that is how many blocks TNT can fall before it explodes. So yeah, I'll just show you real quick. It's just over here. And so as you can see, this is one of the largest Icarus cannons I've ever made, personally. It's quite a few layers up. As you can see, I used the half slab trick to make the redstone continue going up. And you have to boost the redstone occasionally with a redstone repeater. And so here we go. So I'll just fill all this in. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we'll jump on down. And I've set it up so that the redstone repeaters will all activate the TNT at the exact same time. So if I just come down on here and I press F3, you can see I'm at 101 blocks right about now. So actually that last cannon only launched me 150 blocks into the air. Sorry, my mistake. But if I click this button, as you can see, all the TNT will fall down. And I just went up about 2,000 blocks. Which I'd say is pretty good considering it's just an Icarus. So you can extend the actual height of the cannon itself up to about 75 blocks tall, but then it'll all stop. So that's a bit of a sad thing, because of how many ticks it actually takes for TNT to explode. So as I'm coming back down here, you'll see me... so actually I landed somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, because of how powerful the actual cannon itself was. And so... Yeah, so now that I'm falling into the void, as I come back here, you'll see that this was just goofing around. This is actually a dispenser cannon that I messed up by mistake. But I put a giant wall here to actually make myself not go as far. So I'll just destroy this wall real quick. So, yeah, I'll just... Okay. So now that I finished that up, if I reload this cannon real quick, then you'll see... It's actually strange how it works, how the mechanics of Minecraft will change how the cannon actually moves me. I don't actually go that high into the air, but I go about 300 blocks farther out, which I find rather strange. I was wondering why myself, if I don't have a wall there, why I go longer instead of taller. So it's very strange. The first time it happened to me, I thought it was because I was blocking with a sword, but apparently not. I'm not sure if it's actually possible to survive this with full diamond armor, so we'll test that at the end of the episode. But so yeah, here we go. So just wait here. And as you can see, oh, actually this time it launched me just about as high. But I went about 300 blocks farther out, and I'm going to try and hit my target straight on. Here we go. And okay, should be right on line with it. Give or take a couple blocks. Anything yet? Oh, here comes the ground. Here comes the ground. Oh, just missed it. Just missed the target. Oh, so close. But yeah, as you can see, I go quite the load farther out than I used to. And so yeah, now we're gonna test exactly if we can survive with diamond armor. So I'll just drop down here. Boop. Boop. Now we're in the void, and okay, so we'll respawn. And I'm going to see if it's actually possible at all to survive. So we'll do a couple of tests, one with full diamond armor and a diamond sword. So just grab this out of my inventory. And diamond sword. I'm not sure if the actual sword you're using changes how it damages you. I actually need to reload this cannon. Should get World Edit or something to do it for me. But yeah, so I'll skip to when I'm done. Okay, so now I'm done, and we'll switch over to game mode 0. And we'll go ahead and smack this button. So I'll block with my sword and jump, and I think I'm gonna die. Oh, I actually only took a so as you can see, I only went 300 blocks into the air that time, before splatting down. So that's one thing I find strange. If you're blocking with a sword, you'll only go about 300 blocks into the air. But if you're not blocking, you will go just as high. So I find that a bit interesting. Maybe it's because of all the damage you take. If you're in survival mode, I think it might also just because of the damage you take. As you start to launch, you're still taking damage, so it brings you back down. You start falling again. So I don't think I need to do any more tests. We can try with iron armor next, see if that works. I'm thinking it will, considering the fact that the diamond armor only took 2.5 hearts of damage. Considering it's an Icarus cannon this big. I mean, I'm pretty sure if there was no water down there, I would die. But okay, so let's take off our diamond armor. Let's just clear our inventory. And so we'll grab our iron armor up in here. Grab our diamond sword and put it on. Game mode 0. And click. Okay, so I apparently so iron armor will take about half the damage. So as you can see, I only went about 400 blocks or 300 blocks that time. Again, so I wonder if I have an extra pair of boots. Game mode 1. So then we're gonna try one last test of this, with leather armor, and it's gonna be interesting. I'm actually curious to see what it'll be. Okay, so now we're done, and so here we go. Let's see if we can survive with leather armor. $10 says it's 1 heart. Oh, 1.5. I was close. So apparently I still got launched 2,000 blocks into the air. So now it's my chance to try and line myself up to redeem myself. Can I line up in time? That's the question. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Oh, I'm perfectly aligned. If I don't move... Okay, I'm gonna land right in the target. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect! Yes! Amazing. That was beautiful. Well, this has been basically my general knowledge of Icarusing. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. So, just out of curiosity, guys, I would like to know if you guys want to see more of these episodes, and if you do, what you want them to be on in the future. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!